back. Please wait for the mission to load properly. Today you will practice taxiing, taking off, and climbing in the F-15E. And no, I don't mean climbing into the strike eagle, but rather getting to the desired altitude as efficiently as possible. I've loaded the mission with the aircraft hot on the parking spot and ready for taxi. Okay, first release the parking brake. Slightly advance the throttle, and as the aircraft starts to roll, test the toe brakes. Now, advance the throttle again, and as the aircraft starts rolling, steer left and right to check the nose wheel steering. Then stop again. Check all the warning and caution lights. Normally you would contact the tower and request taxi clearance, so let's assume I just did. We'll taxi to runway 23 left. Gently push the throttles, taxi out, and turn left. Increase your turn rate by pressing and holding the nose wheel steering button on the stick. Try it now if you want. Pay close attention to taxi speed. Remember that if the aircraft is light, it will have a tendency to accelerate even with very little power. If it's heavy, you should perform all turns at minimum practical speed and maximum practical radius. Okay, stop here. Now re-engage the parking brake. Confirm the inlet ramp switches are in auto. Check that the ejection control safety lever is armed. Check for free and correct flight control movements. Make sure that the flap switch is set to down. Now push the takeoff trim button until the light turns on and an audible warning is heard.
Yaw rate. Yaw rate. Yaw rate. Yaw rate.
Check that the canopy is closed and locked. Now turn on the radar by placing the knob in the on position. Set the pitot and engine heat switches as required. If you don't expect icing conditions, you can leave the engine heat off. Check that the INS knob is set to nav. Landing light on. With that, you're ready to enter the active runway. Again, normally you would request clearance from the tower before doing so.
Pashkovsky, Colt, 1-1, request takeoff.
Enter the runway and try and line up down the center line. apply the toe brakes and hold them. And this is why you should never skip leg day at the gym. Advance the throttles to 82% and check the instrument and warning caution lights. Also, verify the engine monitor display and check that the FTIT and oil pressure rise above idle. Fuel flow is about 4,000 pounds per hour and nozzle position is around 20% open. When satisfied, release the brakes and advance throttles to mil or max power, depending on the gross weight of the aircraft. As you reach rotation speed, right about now, gently pull the stick until the W symbol on the HUD intercepts the 10-degree line on the pitch ladder. If the nose wants to go up, trim it down until you're happy. Raise your gear. And flaps. Climb out keeping 350 knots indicated airspeed until you reach 0.90 Mach in mil power. Then keep 0.90 Mach until you reach the cruise altitude. Alright, well done. This concludes the taxi and takeoff part of the training.